All right, so let's go ahead and get to work here. We have this question listed, and what we want to do first is just read the question sentence first. So I want to say that one more time, everybody. We want to read the question sentence first. So right here, it says, how much flour does she have now? All right, cool. Sounds good. Let me just go ahead and highlight that right over here. So how much flour does she have now? Everybody, if I were to make the claim after reading through this, that we started with a certain amount and then maybe we added some or subtracted some, and we just have to figure out what that order is to get to the end. Is that fair, everybody? We just need to kind of start from the beginning, figure out what operations, and then get to the end. Yeah, that's exactly how we want to do it. So with that, let's go ahead and check this story out. It says, Sarah has 4.2 pounds of flour. Okay, so that's what we start with. I'll write that down right over here. 4.2 pounds. Then it says she uses 2.4 pounds for a project. Everybody, can you help me out here? When we see the keyword uses in this context, what operation does that kind of signal for you to kind of do starting from that 4.2? Yeah, that's subtracting, because remember, we want to think about this in terms of what we want at the end. If we want to know how much we have at the end, how much we have now, well, if we start from 4.2 and we use some, yeah, we are going to subtract. Absolutely. So that's what I'll do here. I'll subtract because we used 2.4 pounds. And then lastly, it says, and then buys another 2.8 pounds at the store. So everybody help me out there. When we say we are buying another 2.8 pounds, what operation does that link up with? Yeah, it links up with addition, exactly. So with that, we'll go ahead and mark that down nice and easy. Buys another, so we'll add 2.8, and we are done. All we have to do now is just perform the math properly, and we're good. So let's go ahead and get this done. I'll just start off with 4.2. I'll subtract the 2.4. And as a warm-up, remember that we have to line up those decimal places. Once we line that up, we're good. Because up front, up here, we'll go ahead and just match that decimal. And we'll begin by borrowing. I can't do 2 minus 4, so I'll just go ahead and borrow to make that a 3. And put that little 1 right there. So we have 12. 12 minus 4. Everybody help me out. 12 minus 4 leaves us with, right on. Good job, Toby. That leaves us with 8. And then up next, we have 3 minus 2, which leaves us with 1. So we have 1.8, but don't be mistaken. This is not going to be the answer. Let me help you out. Let me move this over here and show you that this right here, the 4.2 minus 2.4, that's what leaves us at 1.8. What do we need to remember to do, everybody? Yeah, we got to finish things up by adding the 2.8 at the end. And I'm going to show you guys a faster way to do this once we're done here. But we need to, again, remember to add the 2.8. And so if we go ahead and just line that up, it's pretty straightforward. 8 plus 8 is 16. And we'll carry that 1. Make sure to leave that decimal place lined up the right way. And then we have 1 plus 2. And that gives us 4.6. Booyah. There we go. So the correct answer here is going to be C, 4.6. But I'm going to show you a nice little mental math way to get this done in a slightly more convenient way. So let me do that for you here. Let me just rewrite the original math, and I'll show you how straightforward it can actually be. So let me just move this over here and just kind of make everything smaller from what I originally had it. There we go. Put that over there. And so let me show you, everybody. We have 4.2 minus 2.4 plus 2.8. Everybody, watch this. Help me out. If I take a specific look here at 2.4 minus and plus 2.8, if I'm taking away 2.4 and adding 2.8, everybody, if we think about these specifically, what's the difference between 2.4 and 2.8, everybody? What's the difference? 2.4 and 2.8 has a difference of what? Of 0.4. That is correct. But answer me this. Will that difference be positive or negative, everyone? The bigger number here is positive. So that result will be positive. The bigger number is positive, so we'll leave it positive. This is what we do when we're adding and subtracting with integers or negatives. So look at how easy this is now. 4.2 with a positive 0.4. Can someone help me out? What's 4.2 plus 0.4? Oh yeah, that's the correct answer that we just got a couple of moments ago, but we did it in less than half the time. So there we are, everybody. Correct answer here is going to be C, 4.6, and we are ready to move on to the next one. All right, so looking at this next question here, I'm going to be real with you. This one, in terms of the data in our site, this one is one of the harder operation word problem questions. And the reason is not for what you think. The reason is that, it's not that this one is a crazy difficult question. It's that it is crazy easy to move too fast. It's crazy easy to look over information that's actually very important. So everybody, when we read the question sentence, let's be very, very clear about what we're looking at here so we don't rush and get a problem wrong that we otherwise would have gotten right. Everybody, the question reads, what fraction of the original cupcakes remained in simplest terms? So here's how we're going to write this. The moment I saw fraction, that's a pure math word. That makes life a lot easier when it comes to dealing with problems like this. It says, what fraction of the original cupcakes remained? So I'm going to highlight that for sure, because what I'm going to try to write is a fraction that represents, again, I'm going to say this again very clearly, the remaining cupcakes over the original amount, the original total. So everyone, first and foremost, help me out. What was that total again? Give me that easier number. The original total, it was 84. Yeah, we got that. That's pretty straightforward. So we know how many there were total because it was right here. We made 84 cupcakes for the event. Now, here's where things can get dicey. Again, if you move too fast, you're definitely going to get this one wrong. Because it says over here, 48 were consumed. Everybody, what's the key word there? Consumed. What are we looking for? The number that remain. That is the biggest difference when it comes to getting easy questions right and wrong. This one looks easy, but if you read too fast, you are going to pick one of the answers that is here. To get how much are actually remaining and not the amount that were consumed, we will do the 84 minus the 48 because that'll give us the amount remaining. 4 minus 8, let's just go ahead and borrow, nice and easy. So then we have 14 minus 8, which is 6, 7 minus 4, which is 3. And so now we have the amount that actually remains. 36 remaining. Again, just trying to be very clear here. We want to make sure the story matches up with what we actually are supposed to do. Because now that we're here, we're good to go. All we have to do now is simplify the numerator and denominator so we can get this in simplest terms. Everybody, 36 and 84 are both divisible by what value? What do you notice about these? Yeah, and if we need to start small, we can absolutely start small. They're both divisible by 2 because they're even. You might also notice they're both divisible by 12. And yeah, we can go with both, but let's start with smaller just in case we didn't see the 12. We can divide by 2 on the top and the bottom. That'll give us 18 over 42. And then from there, everybody, we can more clearly see this where 18 and 42 are both divisible by what big value? Yeah, they're both divisible by 6. So 2 and 6, that's going to give you 12 originally. So even if you didn't see it at first, it still adds up or multiplies to the same factoring amount. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 42 divided by 6 is 7. And there we are. The correct answer is not D, but instead B. 3 over 7.